Alright, so one thing I want to directly point out right here, right now, is I am no fighting game master. I actually have an interesting history with fighting games. The most played fighting game for me, aside from rival schools, has got to be Street Fighter 2. And you might not believe this, but I've actually never played a good majority of fighting games out there. I've never played Street Fighter Alpha, Street Fighter Alpha 2, Third Strike, Third Impact, whatever the hell it's called. I've never played any of those. So they're completely Greek to me. That being said, I'm gonna probably hold my own, and why the hell am I in this mode? I don't even know what the hell this is. Oh, they must face you up against, like, I guess, the characters from those games? Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so what you missed is, like, a tutorial section where Ryu's talking to Ken, and they're like, I want to see what's in front of my fist, and all this, and why is there a player 1 versus CPU, CPU versus player 1? What would be the difference? Okay, I'm gonna leave all this stuff alone. So yeah, I'm not gonna do storyline mode, I'm not gonna do any of that stuff, I'm just gonna go into versus and see how this game handles, because there seem to be very mixed opinions about this game. So far, it looks great, and the little short tutorial thing I played made it look really cool. I don't know if I like... Oh god, I hate this. Okay, so when you're playing a fighting game with a controller, a lot of times when you press the default, button to select stuff, it changes the color of the outfit. And I hate that. I don't want Ryu, like, in hot pink. I want him to look like he's supposed to. Really? Cammy? Okay, at least I know these characters. Sort of. But, okay. So, yeah, like I said before, I'm no master at this. I am not the king of fighting games. I am not, what is his name? Omahara, I believe. Diego? Or Daigo? Daigo, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I am not him. Don't expect to see top-tier level play or anything like that. I've only seen a brief clip of that, and I thought it was the most insane thing I ever saw. And, yeah, my history with... Whoa. Oh, that was really cool. The sign took damage when I jumped into it, and this seems... Okay, I can definitely spam Hadoukens. That's pretty cool. And, yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna try to talk while I play this. This could be, oh, you bitch. This could be a little difficult because of the style of gameplay, but, okay, so, when it comes to fighting games, the reason I haven't played a good majority of them is because the arcade scene was really beyond my reach at the time, and more to the point, wow, this seems incredibly easy right now. What the hell? Cammy's, like, just getting her ass kicked. What the fuck? Either I don't suck as much as I thought I did, or they made serious changes to this. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, right, okay. So, I can recall it back to the fact that, one, a lot of games are out of my reach, they just didn't have them anywhere nearby me. I mean, my friend loaned me a Neo Geo when I was younger, and I played some of the lesser-known stuff. I also got to play Metal Slug at home, which was really goddamn cool. And wow, I'm just destroying her. What the hell? Did I take any hit? I think I took one hit. Like, I could barely see a sliver of damage being done. But, okay, back to story time. So, yeah, aside from, my friend loaning me a Neo Geo and me playing a couple of games here and there, some of which I can't even remember the names of, the arcade scene was kind of out of my hands. I couldn't really get involved with stuff, and I remember, aside from playing Rival Schools to death on the PlayStation 1, that much I can't tell you. I love that game. I wish Capcom would have made another one of those. I don't know why the fuck they didn't make another one of those, but they should have. God damn it, Capcom, why didn't you make another Rival Schools, you pricks? I went out of my way to hunt down the Dreamcast version of Project Justice just to play the sequel to Rival Schools. That's how much I love that fucking game, Capcom. And I can't be the only one who loved it. Yeah, no, we're not doing Dual Chun-Li. That's too weird. Also, pink? No. Is that really Ken right there? I don't know who Urian is. I have no idea. Probably gonna get destroyed. And this is really stylish here. So yeah, before I continue, let me just say this. This game was gifted to me by someone who wishes... Well, it's not that they wish to remain anonymous, it's just that I redact names of people for safety and security reasons, and they're fine with that. And they told me I really should play this and comment on it, because apparently they changed a lot of shit about Street Fighter with this game. I just remember hearing about it when it came out, and people were bitching and moaning about there being a lack of content. It was a great base game, but there was a ton of content missing, and I'm already, on the main menu alone, I can see that shit's locked, and I'm assuming I have to buy that content. This arcade edition apparently comes with 2 seasons worth of DLC, so I gotta wonder how many characters were in the original version if this is the DLC, and yeah, this seems way too easy. Like, if this was one of the older, like Street Fighter 2, I would've got my ass hammered to me. And I'm missing with a lot of basic attacks. I don't know what's going on. Again, I have a hard time with this controller, but there's no way in hell I'm playing this with a keyboard. So yeah, back to story time as I try to concentrate here and fail miserably. I love how I can't do any of her fucking moves. I can't remember how to do any of her goddamn moves. All I keep doing is that damn kick move that I would use to death back in the day to keep my ass alive. Right. Okay, back to story time. So, yeah, inaccessibility, basically. Let's just see real fast. Oh god, like I'm gonna remember any of this while I'm trying to concentrate on talking and commenting about the game. So yeah, back to story time. So long story short was, I remember when Marvel vs. Capcom showed up in my neighborhood, like a couple blocks from where I lived. There was this store that sold like Dragon Ball Z cards and stuff, and they were selling a lot of import stuff back before I even knew what the hell that stuff was for the most part. They had Dragon Ball movies and stuff, like the one where he fights Broly. They had that subbed, and I remember thinking that was pretty cool. But yeah, they had an arcade machine in there. I'm assuming it's a CPS machine or what the hell they're called, the Capcom Play System machines, because they had Marvel vs. Capcom. And it looked amazing. Like, I loved the visual style of it. I loved everything about it. Oh god, I'm getting my ass kicked. The problem was, there was always these older people playing on the damn thing, and they never got off the machine. They constantly stayed on. Yes, I kicked his ass. Not really. This seems too easy. I'm gonna crank the difficulty up if I get the chance. Or wherever in the menu you gotta go to do. I gotta say, the menus, I'm not happy with them. They're kind of like, they're all over the place. The features and crap. But, damn, I tell you, this game does look good, but god damn, I'm rambling like a lunatic. I apologize to those who don't like me when I ramble and stuff, but it was noted that if I had any stories as to why I hadn't played some of these games, it would be worth noting them. And it comes twofold. The first is this story, so I'll go back to it. Okay, so there's an import shop, you know, they have an arcade machine, there's Marvel vs. Capcom on it, the original. And I thought it looked amazing, and I really, really wanted to play it, but it was twofold problematic. One, these older teens that would play on it consistently, they scared the shit out of me. I just didn't want to go anywhere near them. They seemed rough and tumbly, and like they weren't the type of guys you want to fuck with at my age. And the other reason was, and I'll never forget this, was I would see all these spectacular moves and explosions on screen and all this crazy stuff, and I just, you know, I just was sitting there, like, thinking to myself, like, will I really be able to do this? Will I be able to do any of what I'm seeing? And it turns out, not long after that, I found out the hard way what the answer to that was, and that was no. A resounding no. I got to play it one time, and I got my ass kicked royally. And I was having fun despite that, but, you know, it was kind of annoying that I was getting destroyed so... Oh my god, speaking of getting destroyed... I was getting destroyed so brutally, and I couldn't understand why, and there's, you know, no real hints or... Oh my god. Kind of like this right here. This is reminding me of my day playing Marvel vs. Capcom in the arcade. That one time, rather. And I just remember it was kind of embarrassing, but I really liked the flashiness. Oh my god. Anyway, I really liked the flashiness of it. I really enjoyed, like, what I had seen, but here's the thing. I remember... feeling kind of bad that I lost, but what made it 50 times worse was those same jagoffs that took the machine up all the time were laughing their ass off. And not laughing their ass off because, oh, here's a beginner trying his luck. No, it was more like, you fucking suck, you should never play this again, you know, go fucking kill yourself, you scrub lord. Like, so many goddamn things. It was so nasty and so degrading, and it just put me off playing these kind of games pretty much ever. Like, right now, I'm getting my ass royally kicked. Like, this is disgustingly bad. Like, this is like somebody who doesn't even know how to hold a fucking controller in their hand right here. Or close enough to it. And I still don't understand these V-trigger things. But, you know, I'm not going to watch 18 hours of tutorials to try to learn how to play one game that I'm going to play on and off every now and again. But, anyway, going back to it, I just was so aggravated and annoyed with this quote-unquote community that was surrounding these kind of games. They were lesser known than they are now. There's a little bit of obscurity there, and it hurt to see, like, them not encouraging me to go back and try again, but rather it's like, get off the machine, you fucking loser. Let the real masters play. And I think that's why I avoided all this shit. I avoided the whole EVO scene and all this stuff, and I never got involved in any of these games. And what happened was, a while back, I got a copy of Tekken 7. And I was playing that, and I was having a great time with it, but I'm like, no, I probably suck ass at this. And then I actually played it against other people, and I held my own, and I was like, wow, times have changed. But then people were like, oh yeah, well, you know, they changed the frame settings, and there's 1 second delay on this, and this attack move is cheesy, and you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that thing where you're constantly, like, waiting out attacks and stuff, you should constantly be aggressive, the word constantly. It was like this big fucking thing, and I vaguely know who Ibuki is, and I can't believe that's what Ken looks like now. Where the hell's his, like... You know, who the fuck knows? Who knows how much history I'm missing in these fucking games? I mean, the fucking Dark Hado and Akuma and all this nonsense. Ibuki looking like fucking Hinata from friggin' rival schools, no less. But yeah, long story short, I was very insulted by the people who were apparently really good at these games, or a good majority of them. They act like assholes. I would never act like an asshole like that. I would never... Oh my god. Again, I promised you that I was not very good at these games. I was not kidding around. And apparently, I am not very good at playing Ibuki, or this game is just way too hard at points. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, these controls are all over the place too. But I'm not going to blame them for my lack of skill. These type of games take practice, they take dedication, they take ability to read moves. It's actually a lot like gambling in some cases, and it's a lot like just, well, martial arts. You have to read your opponents, you have to be able to tell what's going on, and that's the difference between AI and live, like actual live people fighting like a real player. I can't say that much from knowledge of playing a couple of fighting games here and there against real people. But yeah, I just got so disgusted with the scene, so disgusted with the people who were playing these games that it was like borderline ridiculous at how they treated other people, especially beginners. And on the flip side of that, you had shit like Smash Brothers, where people said, oh, it's just a party game, it's not a fighting game, but then I watched as that became highly competitive, and people started turning off items and stuff, and they were trying to turn it into basically a fighting game, when the reality was it was a game you played when you were drunk with your friends. Now, I'm not knocking people who can play it competitively, hey, more power to you. I'm just saying I prefer to play that game more like, here's a bunch of friends, let's get drunk and let's, you know, just play that shit for fun. I find that more fun. Like Pokeball only match, throw that shit everywhere, it's just pure chaos on screen. It's stupid and it doesn't function as an actual thing, but it's a lot of fun to just watch the bullshit unfold, especially if you had 2 or 3 beers in your system and everybody's just kind of a little off their rocker just a smidge. But, yeah, no, I couldn't follow the scene because of multiple reasons. That was one of them, and a couple of the other reasons were, like I said, accessibility. Like King of the Fighters, I just put the difficulty down back to its default setting because I just want to see... I'm kind of testing. I'm trying to find the middle ground here for what is acceptable and what is not. That first fight was just pathetically easy. Like, that's not going to be challenging or fun at all to play. I want something a little bit more challenging than that. You know, something where they're going to hit back and they're going to dodge moves, but they're also going to not be these unstoppable killing machines where I can't even get a hit in edgewise. Like, that's ridiculous. But yeah, accessibility. Accessibility was very difficult. King of Fighters, I had no fucking idea about. King of Fighters or... I can't even think of the names of some of these games anymore. There's so many of them. There's so many fighting games that I missed out on. And one of the biggest ones, apparently, is Street Fighter Alpha and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Street Fighter Third Strike. I have no idea. There'll be more on that later, because this wasn't the only game that was gifted to me. But, yeah, apparently I missed out on a lot of stuff, and the fact that I never played those games means I never really honed any ability of skill that I might have had, and because I never cut my teeth on those games, that's why I don't understand certain mechanics or certain things that are going on here and in other fighting games. I don't know if that's entirely true. I can hold my own and fucking, what the hell's it called? Guilty Gear Zerd X Sign Mark 12 Millennium Edition. What is with the names of these fucking games? There's so many different editions and versions of them. But yeah, Guilty Gear Xrd Sign, or whatever the hell it was called. That was like the first version, and then they put out another version, and then they put out like, I don't know, like 30 other versions. Of course, I'm exaggerating here, but you get the basic gist of it. It's like the Kingdom Hearts games. Who's naming this shit after a while? How many versions of the same fucking game can you have? But yeah, long story short, story time is the story time summary for those who just tuned in. Yeah, right. Long story short was degrading sense that if you just didn't know what you were doing from square one, you just should stay the fuck away, and the fact that there really wasn't much in the way of explanation to help you out anyway, unless you found somebody who could really explain concepts to you. Like, right now, I know some of the moves, but I'm also just combining different attacks together and hopefully trying to string things together, which is apparently working in my favor somehow. But on the same page, I've heard that this incarnation, excuse me, of Street Fighter is way easier. So apparently I'm doing okay at the casual Street Fighter or something. I don't know. I don't know anymore. They talk about like open frames, like when you're attacked, like you have this millisecond frame advantage or some crap, and there's all this other junk that I don't understand it. I don't care. When I sit down to play a video game, the only thing I'm thinking about is I want to have fun. And this is not the kind of game I'm going to play for 7 hours or more straight, and I have no idea who these characters are. And of course, one of my favorites, if not my favorite character, is locked behind a paywall, which I apparently could either get with fighter points or, I guess, pay for if I wanted to. Do I really want to do that? Not really. And all the way on the other side, I see what looks like Blanca, and that also has a lock on it. Why the fuck are core Street Fighter characters locked? And I'm not talking about Street Fighter 1, I'm talking about Street Fighter 2 here. Street Fighter 1... yeah, the less said the better, I think. I actually live streamed that ages ago, and it was funny because I found it on one of those Capcom Classic collections, and it was... yeah, nothing too spectacular. I did see some of these characters in the intro, though, which I totally skipped because, as far as I'm concerned, it's just not as good as Street Fighter 4's intro with its cheesy song. Well, you could call it cheesy or you could complain about it. I really like the song opening to Street Fighter 4. I tend to like cheesy pop music and stuff in my fighting games in the opening sometimes. I also like when they go like overly dramatic, and damn, Akuma's hits have a loud, and I mean loud, sound behind them. Though Akuma looks like a fucking lion. Like, I understand, I know what they were doing here, but he looks like a goddamn lion. It doesn't look like hair, it looks like a lion's mane. Maybe that's the idea, maybe I missed something, I have no idea. I remember when Akuma, when I first learned about him, I was watching, I think, a Street Fighter Alpha anime or some shit. And, yeah, I have no fucking idea. I know he shows up in a shit ton of other games. Actually, you know what, there is one other fighting game that I did play. Oh, there's two. Tekken 6. And anybody who watched me live stream that knows that I was actually having a pretty damn good time, and then all of a sudden you got to the end, and of the single player, anyway, you got to the end, and here comes this fucking crystalline dragon nonsense that makes no sense. I don't know what it had to do with the storyline or lack thereof, since nothing's ever explained except in these brief segments, and I mean brief fucking segments. In most fighting games, this is the common thing, but it's like, I think it's about time we get a damn storyline. That's probably what shocked the shit out of me the most about Tekken 7. It has an actual fucking storyline that you can follow. It's not just 2 lines of dialogue and they move on. No, there's a whole damn storyline there. I was shocked. But, like, yeah, it was this annoying dragon thing. Anybody who watched me live stream that knows for a fact that I was losing my fucking mind because I just couldn't beat the damn thing. All those other battles that I won, some well, some not so well, but putting myself into it entirely and really getting into it, and then I got to this point where it's like I've just run into a fucking brick wall. And it wasn't clear if I was unskilled and I couldn't handle certain things it was doing, and wow, I really like Akuma, holy crap. I don't know if I was unskilled, I don't know if I couldn't handle myself, but there was this like pathetic moment where I was like, I just wanted to break the game in half and say to hell with this and not bother with fighting games ever again. I'm glad I didn't do that because Tekken 7 turned out to be one of my favorite games I played in a while, and probably one of the only fighting games I really dived into in ages. But yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't beat him. I was raging like a lunatic. That was one of those rage-tastic moments. If you like my rage moments, try to find a clip of that. That was off-the-wall insanity. Even for my taste, like when I replayed the thing later on, it was just pure insane. It was just purely insane. You'd think I was punching holes in the wall. That's how angry I got at the game, which was just really stupid in retrospect. Made me look like a fucking lunatic. That is not who I am, or at least not who I want to be viewed as anyway. I had my moments, but no, that was just pure insanity. But if a game could push me to those limits, if a game could literally break me like that, that's ridiculous. And I'm going to warn people right now, I am not good as Ken. I have never been good as Ken. I don't know why. I always, like, as a lot of people say, oh, he's just a palette swap of Ryu. But I just suck as Ken. I don't know why. I can't time his moves or something. But, yeah, whatever. Yeah, let's see. It was Tekken 6, and I know I'm leaving something else up. Oh, Street Fight X Tekken, or whatever the hell it was called. I actually did get that as well. I actually had the arcade stick for that, too. That was the first time I ever experimented with a friggin' arcade stick. I did not like the arcade stick. I preferred my fucking PlayStation 3 controllers. I'm sorry. Was it PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4? I can't fucking remember. This is pathetic. I can't fucking remember. I want to say it was on the PS4, because I played it online against Jim and a few other people, I remember. And I sucked ass at it. I got my ass handed to me multiple times. But I had fun. And I remember people were saying that game's a piece of crap, too. And I could never tell if people thought the games were a piece of crap because they were just shitty fighting games, or shitty games, bad design, or whatever, or if they were pissed off that Capcom put everything behind a fucking $1 million paywall. Which is something I want to bring up right now. This game has a paywall. All these other fucking games have a paywall. Fucking, what is it called? Blazblue Cross Battle Tournament, whatever the hell that game is, the Blazblue crossover fighting game. Cross Tag, something, I don't remember the name of it. Well, whatever that game was that Arxis just put out, that is pathetic on all fronts. Lack of fucking fighters, tons of DLC to come. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I expect better from your company at this point. I love me some Blazblue. Okay, Blazblue, that was it. That's the other fighting game that I became obsessed with, was Blazblue. And Blazblue was where I really started diving into, like, doing combos and stuff. The system is interesting and unique, but it doesn't really apply to other fighting games for the most part. And I've also played games on and off, like Darkstalkers, for example. I played that on and off. I actually really like Darkstalkers on the... this sounds so stupid. I really like Darkstalkers on the PSP for some reason. I used to take that game mobile with me wherever I went. There was a Dead or Alive game on the no, it was on the Vita, I think, that I played quite a bit of. I actually have Street Fight X Tekken on the Vita. I got it dirt cheap during a sale on PSN, and wow, this whole video's just been rambling while I'm fighting. And I just got my ass handed me so bad, I didn't even want to pay attention. That's how fucking disgustingly bad that was. But yeah, fighting games really aren't, they're not my forte. Let's just say that. They're not my forte. They're not a genre that I'm too good at, but you know, I try. And now we need the battle of fate right here. We need this battle. Well, this battle, and then maybe one more battle, and that's I'm gonna call it at that point, because my fingers and my hands are incredibly killing me at this point. But yeah, this doesn't seem too bad. This actually seems pretty good. It's very stylish too. Graphically, is it up to snuff with Tekken 7? I don't know. I don't think it really matters. I've seen 2D fighting games that look amazing. Skullgirls looked incredible. Oh, actually, I played Skullgirls. You know what? Now that I think about it, I played a bunch of fighting games. Maybe not as many of the core fighting games, but I played a bunch of other fighting games. I really like Skullgirls, too. Skullgirls had an interesting thing, too. You can't bash buttons in that game. It literally limits you from, like, fucking repeat. Oh, my God. How do I do that fucking move when I play as Ken? I'm absolutely loving the music here. Come on, take it, you motherfucker. Oh, no, you don't! Oh, no, you did not. No, you did not. Ken, you piece of shit! Yeah, sweep kick. Never fails. Use a sweep kick, all else fails. Oh, finally! It finally fucking connects! And so does Ken's head with the floor! Sorry, if you're shifting around, it's me. Fucking my hand is killing me. Christ! Yes! My jump kick, my flying kick of death actually connected. And so did his shit. Yeah, this game, I don't know, this game seems solid. Maybe it's not that great, maybe it has issues, I don't know. Apparently a lot of people were complaining about various issues. The DLC thing, listen, I totally understand it. I totally understand where you're coming from with that shit, but I'm actually trying to do something. The one thing the person that sent me to told me to try. Oh my god, I did it! Holy shit! I actually pulled that off, I can't believe it. I literally was doing like 3 different wrong button sets, and then I finally pulled it off. And I think I just... Yeah! Battle of Fate, motherfucker! Oh, that was intense. And that's all I want from these games. I want intense but fair. I want intense but not a pain in my ass. I want the intensity of a fight without, like, ripping my... Well, ripping... would be ripping my hair out if it was there. It was there. I just want to have fun. I don't want it to be too easy. I don't want it to be too hard. I like yeah, just in the middle, something that's balanced. Balance is the key word here. If it's not balanced, it's garbage. And I'm sure I'm going to see comments from people telling me this is an unbalanced piece of shit game, because there's plenty of stuff online stating this game is an unbalanced piece of shit, that it has 1,000,001 issues. And now we're going to do the battle. Now I'm going to do the ultimate battle of fate. Oh yeah. He really does look like a fucking lion. That hair looks goddamn ridiculous. I like the visual style though. And this, I think this is really cool when you start a fight. It gives you the date, and then it shows you everything. You also know when I'm actually recording this footage. That's the most hilarious thing. So you know that I did this right away, if the upload goes as intended. But yeah, I'm gonna have to concentrate, because if Akuma hits as hard as I hit with Akuma, then I'm at Schitt's Creek without a paddle. Or maybe not. Whew. I'm sorry, I'm completely I'm just fucking trying to concentrate here. I wanna end this on a fucking high note. But yeah, fighting games and me, we have a rough history. That being said, of all the fighting games I've played, the best one in my opinion, my favorite by far, I don't care what anybody else's opinion is, it's my personal opinion, Rival Schools, United by Fate on the PlayStation 1. I was obsessed with it. I remain obsessed with it. To this day, I'm pissed off that it never got a fucking sequel. And I'm not talking about Project Justice on the Dreamcast. I'm talking about a legitimate sequel. And you'll see oh god, I did it! Sorry. And you'll see characters from Rival Schools show up elsewhere, but you'll never actually see a full-on game. So if anybody from Capcom watches my stupid-ass video, I'm telling you right now, people want Rival Schools 3. I want Rival Schools 3. Or Gakken Justice, or whatever the fuck it's actually called in Japan. I don't care. I want Rival Schools 3. End of story. I love that game. I love the characters. It has a kind of cool storyline behind it. Very interesting characters, despite it being about schools fighting to the death. I don't know. It feels like such a waste. Oh man, it feels like such a waste that it never got followed up on. And people, as far as I know, people really liked it. I've seen plenty of videos on YouTube that confirm that. Hell, people even like the opening song. And wow, I just got my ass kicked royally. Yeah, well, your vision shows me that I'm gonna kick your fucking ass in this round. I'm done fucking around. Just gotta remember how to block. Yeah, one thing I've noticed is blocking is more essential now than ever. It's a good thing the tutorial explains that to you multiple times. Like I said, there's this little storyline segment with... It's actually kind of cool. It's got these hand-drawn frames, and it has, like, voice acting. I wasn't expecting it. But I guess... Oh, man. This might be a repeat of last time. That would suck. Just give me this victory. Please, just give me this victory. I want to end this on a high... I want to end this on a really high note. I've been having a crappy day as is. Oh. And yeah, I don't understand the V-trigger, so if I'm using them wrong, please, you know, let me know how they're actually supposed to be used. Oh, God, I'm almost there. Oh, shit! Oh, God, here we go. Yes! Fuck yeah! Whew. Yeah, long story short, I like this game. And there's more to come concerning fighting games, be aware of that. But, you know, to the person that sent me this, thank you very much. I really had fun playing this, Street Fighter V. I don't think this is a bad game. I'm sure other people will disagree with that. That's fine. You know, opinions are like me, or like an asshole. Everybody's got one. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope my rambling didn't drive everybody insane. Anyway, like I said, more to come on the fighting game and fighting games with an S. And, yeah. Oh, I'll also talk about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which is... yeah, let's just do to be continued on that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have yourselves a good one, people.